Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 2 or 4 or whatever. I'm the Mysterious JG. Special thanks to, let me find you, Canaris4 for pointing out that I had given Rosa a French voice. I believe it's been 6 videos since I remembered to do that. So thank you for bringing that back. But giving a character a voice and then forgetting it, and then not bothering to go back and see what it was, or edit, or do anything like that, that's part of the JG brand, folks. That's the JG promise. Editing is for people who are trying to make money off of their videos. Or, alternately, to provide videos that are worth your time. And I haven't set out to do either of those things. So, I found myself today in the mood to grind in an old school RPG while just dicking around watching Mystery Science Theater or whatever. And I can't do that because I realized, you know what? I think I'm really close to getting the last party member. It got to the point where I actually looked online. Hey, since I know who the last party member that we haven't gotten yet is, hey, what level does he join at? We're already a little bit above the level that he joins at. And while I was finding out, I didn't set out to find this out, but while finding out what level he joins at, I read some stuff about how leveling up works in this game. And although it varies a little from version to version, I believe in this version, characters like Rydia, who join the party and then leave for a while and then rejoin, they get experience off-screen while they are out due to the plot. It's weird, actually. So in this game, like, say for example, we went into a battle and Rydia, whose hit points are low, was killed. And then I didn't revive her and we fought some more enemies. The experience would be split 4 ways between Cecil, Rosa, Yang, and Kane. Rydia would not get any experience while she's dead. But during the stretch of game where Rydia, like little girl Rydia was gone and grown-up Rydia was not back yet, if we had a 4-person party, or like maybe that stretch where we had Cecil, Palom, and Porum, experience is being split 3 ways, but it was also being given to characters like Kane and Rosa and Rydia, who were missing from the party, which is why, like, people who've analyzed this game, and this game has been around for a long time and it is well loved. So this is one of those games where people have really dived into the mechanics. Divin is not a word. If it is, it's not the word I'm thinking of. But yeah, people have really gotten deep into the mechanics of this, and it's changed from version to version. But yeah, so people are like, oh, this is the best time in the game to grind. There's a point where Cecil is solo before... Yeah, like right when he washes up on the Island of Ordeals, before he gets Palom and Porum, they're like, oh, if you level up with Cecil during this point, full experience is being given to Rosa and to Kane, who are end-of-the-game party members. Because they had both previously been in the party and removed. So, like, if you want to grind those... And Rydia. So, like, actually... Yeah, 4 of your 5 endgame party members are all getting 100% experience from every battle Cecil fights. And we're past that point. It's too late for me to try to take advantage of that. But, that was a thing. That's like, that's the time to grind. Whereas with me, it was like, oh, get Palom and Porum so they're getting experience too. For endgame, like if you want a level 99 party in the endgame, it's like, no, grind like a fiend before you get, you know, whatever. The point I'm getting at now is that we're fairly close, although not too close. I think we got like at least a dungeon and a half to do. But we're fairly close to the game where we get the last party member. And I feel like we're more than halfway through the game. I feel like we just started playing. But we used to be able to beat this game in like 2 weekend rentals, so I guess it's not as long. Because this game always felt like an epic story to me as a kid, but I actually think we're moving along fairly briskly. But I guess all I'm trying to get at here is it is in fact time to proceed, because there's no sense in me doing off-screen grinding at this point, because the experience will go to Yang, and he's not hanging around. So we have these dwarven tanks attacking this tower, I guess. Because this tower is where the bad guys are at. I appreciate that there is someone other than us fighting the bad guys. And we can't talk to the tanks. But we can fight goblin captains. I wonder if goblin captains can give us the goblin summon, which is not good, but feels like a thing that we should study. Prey doesn't take items, does it? It's just a low probability of success. Oh, boomerang. Nice. I don't think I realized what fancy pants item I was giving him the last time I changed items up. And this is where Yang shines, is against large groups of shitty enemies. He is. He's like Bruce Lee. That's not fair, because Bruce Lee in his films was also really good against, like, fighting one-on-one against Crazy Claw Guy, leader of the evil army. But he would also do really well if there was, like, 100, like, shitty ninjas attacking one at a time. Bruce Lee is, like, who you want fighting them. And that's how I think of Yang. Yang is the martial artist guy. Like, you send a bunch of Foot Clan guys one at a time against Yang, he's going to defeat them all. What am I doing here? I don't really need to heal after that fight. I don't think there's anything for it but to go into this tower. You know, I recognize this music. I think this music is sweet on the SNES. And I've complained about it a lot. So far, I'm liking this remix. I've said a lot of times that, oh, the remixes are just making me nostalgic for how good the music was in the original. That was pretty good remix right there. Prayer unanswered. I wonder if these fiery hounds are weak against ice. I would imagine they probably are. I really need some osmos on... What kind of arrows have you got? Ice? Yeah, gotta be, because you're doing more damage than my main melee guys are. Oh wait, we're at the point in the story where the last fiend we haven't fought yet is the Fiend of Fire. I think it's... Ouch. That hurt. And that killed our main character. Okay, might be time to get serious here. I say, and then proceed to just do shitty attacks. That was nearly a wipe. I am not doing well. I need to finish this thing off and pull my shit back together. Rydia learned Osmos. Okay. What was I just saying? Okay. Maybe time to stop fucking around here. Because that was not good. She's just got way better MPs than I'm used to having, but she has no way to restore them. So I'm gonna have to strike a proper balance in how much I have her use Dwarven Axe, but it is a throwing weapon. That's so interesting and weird. Flame Sword is definitely not the answer. Let's keep using this dwarf. Although if everything here is shitty against ice, she's the mute arrow. Okay, and it still did better damage than everybody else. You got an Ice Lance by any chance? You don't. Emergency exit, not a bad thing to have at this point. So this is an unrepeatable area. Well, it becomes unrepeatable at a certain point. I do feel like... I do feel like we actually are able to come in and out. Yeah, because it's... Well, obviously, until you beat the dungeon, you can come in and out. I was just reading up on this. Pretty sure we can go in and out of this place even after we clear it once. There will be a specific point coming in the story after which we can no longer re-enter. I'm starting to believe also we probably just had a really bad pull as our first battle. And having that thing use their best attack 2 turns in a row is probably like that was probably an unusually rough first fight. But if we had equipment that was strong against resistant to ice and weak to fire, okay, let's not use it. Yeah. Alright, so that's part of what's going on here. I would guess that there is going to be, I am guessing that we are probably going to come across, stuff that is strong against fire, but right now I had my 2 heavily armored guys equipped with the set, and you know, in fairness too, not only is the next elemental guy we're going to fight the Fiend of Fire, we are also fighting in a place that's got like a whole magma theme going, so I should probably... It's probably reasonable to think you should be prepared to fight against guys who are going to deal fire damage. That was a lot better. Not great, but a lot better. Wow, what do you know? JG is learning and adapting. Soon he'll be using basic tools, like levers and... Maybe not pulleys, we're not there yet. Alright. Getting pretty full of myself here. When it was cold, she wouldn't wear much more. Green beret. 1,000 men went in that day, but only 3 would wear the green beret. Full of magic power. I'm thinking green beret might actually be a better deal for a boy here. Yeah. Because his magic defense is not amazing. And it's probably not a great idea to be lowering it much, but we don't need to be giving something that boosts melee damage to our mages who, when they fight, they're fighting with bow and arrow. Preemptive strike. Yeah, but we definitely have our... Is he gonna summon more shit? Nope, he's just gonna attack. It like at this notion when there's a humanoid enemy behind a row of monster types, that the humanoid enemy is gonna be summoning magical shit. Monsters, yeah. Scanning for intruders. You got some, pal. Alert. Oh, fuck! That's not what I meant to do. I was trying to... I guess it's up and down to switch between enemies, always. Chimera doesn't seem to give a crap about our ice-themed stuff. I guess we can use this to... Let's see what different types of things Security Eye will pull out. Are you taking a turn? Have I got you to where you can't take a turn? Maybe it doesn't have enough MP to summon? Yeah, it looks like you can't spam this guy for infinite experience because he's no longer detecting stuff. It also looks like he doesn't have MPs. Or he's got really high magic defense. One or the other. Or a combination of both. Ice Brand. There you go. Ice Brand Ice is the best ice. It is imbued with the power of ice. That is going to significantly increase Cecil's usefulness, because he had been kind of sucking Yang, because we were carrying around 1 Ice Claw. So is that like an auto encounter slot? Because that's twice in a row where we got into an encounter stepping on a hex 1 removed from the boss. Not the boss, the treasure chest. Monsters? Monsters. I wish they would stay away. I don't know that it's even possible to beat this guy before he summons a creature, and I'm not going to try because I want to get all the different encounters that are available here. Hey. Oh, I think I get it. He's not going to actually do anything until you attack him. And then he is alerted. Okay. And he summons something that just does nothing. So maybe the more shots you get in on him without taking him out, the more stuff he summons. There we go. So we can fight even more stone golems, which are just not really that big of a thing. Or they're weak against ice. Or hell, or whatever element. They're weak against ice. Alert. And this guy's just going to keep summoning stone golems, so there's no great need to keep... Unless I want to see what its attacks actually do, which we haven't seen yet. Can wait for somebody who actually has some firepower to attack here. Yang has firepower. Alright. And Rosa learned haste. It seems to have gotten ahead of the hit points counting down. We got an ice lance. There you go. So we probably need ice armor in some of these treasure chests. I like the heal thing from the Drain Spear, but... Oh, jeez. High as fucking counter rate around here. Yeah, I think we took about the worst first fight I possibly could when I had everybody equipped with... Not everybody. Our melee guys were equipped with exactly the wrong fucking armor. Really wish there was a way to... Does she not have any ice magic? She's got the first level ice magic. Oh no, she got Blizzara. But when everybody who could have elemental armor of any type was wearing exactly the wrong elemental armor and dealing exactly the wrong elemental damage, and then we had a group of enemies use their best attack a couple turns in a row. So that's a pretty rough start, but I have reason to believe we have this well in hand now. Well under my right hand. And if I... Never mind. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I was about to make a joke about the stranger. I'm just... Sorry. So that's a claw that can poison the enemy. The cat claw may put an enemy to sleep. The issue here is that I should have double ice claws. Might as well use the cat claw. I mean, might as well. I think we gotta fully explore this side of everything to get all the stuff. And as we're wrapping up this video, I will make a mental note to check the spoiler-free guide through, not like I don't remember the story. To, I'll give her the killer bow, because I do feel like... Could she not use the killer bow? Oh, they're always down here. Capacity for critical hits. I do feel like, if I understand the skill correctly, it's free. It just has a low chance of hitting. But like throwing out a prayer on a turn where there's nothing particularly useful for her to do is probably more useful for Rosa than to be on offense a lot. Sweet. Even though like now we're like fully healed, so who cares? As soon as I say that, let's actually have Rydia be a mage like she's supposed to be. I guess I should check my potion count and see if it is affected by successful using prey. Medusa arrows. I can guess what they probably do. Alright, so we got 21 potions, and a bitch ain't none. Antarctic Wind. That would be one of those combat use items that I never combat use. It's nice that they placed that last... Oh, yeah, we want to pray so I can see if we still have 21... You seem like a fellow who would have magic points that could be stolen. Alright, so it's 21 potions. Let's see if Prey did anything to that total. You know, Bronco the Vulture went as a Fire Knight for Christmas one year, and I ended up carrying a shield around for him because he got tired of carrying it almost immediately. 21 potions. Okay, so unless it's like... Now I'm paranoid it's taking high potions, but I believe it's just not... Doesn't actually cost you anything. It's just a relatively low chance of success skill. Got some evades going on. Shooting a Fire Knight right in the shield. Right where it hurts. His shield. Okay, yeah. Getting off of exactly the wrong equipment for this dungeon. Go figure, it's making the dungeon a lot easier. I love that diagonal movement that I got going there. Preemptive strike. Slam buttons. Just everybody auto attack until we're out of here. Hopefully they don't get a turn. They shouldn't get a turn. They got a turn. They wasted it. Imagine if Stone Gaze actually was perma paralysis or petrification. I would be like so freaking mad that it got one turn and it perma paralyzed. Paralyzed. That's a word that I just invented. Alright, tents are cheap. Let's use a tent. Gets us back some of them MPs. May or may not have a boss. What am I saying? Of course there's a boss fight coming up, but I have this I didn't really set out to spoil this, but while trying to get information about when we would be switching out party members and getting the last of our party members that we've never had in the party before in our party, I kind of learned when this place becomes inaccessible, and it will be for a little while. See, this enemy doesn't seem to be weak against ice in particular. I'm hoping the white mousses are. Because otherwise we got everybody... Yeah, we got everybody set up for exactly the wrong... Alright, so let's see... Let's see, they might be fire. These moose enemies... I think this is the first time I saw this in... although actually this exists in Final Fantasy 1. I just never quite figured out how to deal with it. There were enemies in that game where you really needed magic to defeat them. And I just would run away from them. Like Mucks, Scum, Ooze, and Slime were always like really strong against physical. So I just tended to run away from them. Rather than figuring out how to deal with them properly. Yeah, but this will be Rydia's show. So fire did more damage than ice. So we'll try thunder before assuming that you're just supposed to use fire. Obviously, they are strong against ice, which is slightly annoying to place them in this dungeon then, since everything else here is weak against ice, and you are obviously going to be kitted out to do ice damage, since that works best on everything else. Yeah, I do feel like there's a trigger where you always fight something on that square the first time you enter the room. I will actually step around it next time, just out of curiosity. Will it be monsters? It's monsters. Yeah, there's a lot more gimmick fights like this in this game than I ever remember there being in Final Fantasy 1. Although, again, there might have been gimmick battles like this in Final Fantasy 1. I just never figured out how to do it. How to do them. Alright, so it does seem like they always summon the same enemy. We haven't seen them mix it up yet. Ice armor. Kind of figured that was coming. Let's throw that on our main. And if we happen to get another one, great. We'll put it on Kane. Yeah, it looks like it's Rydia who's going to be wiping those guys. Oh, and the Chimera's actually absorbed fire. Interesting. I mean, not that interesting. It's a little interesting. Teleport. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. We're not using summons much. Let's check out a summons. Let's hit these guys with the summons. You need to appear in court, white mousses. Through hellfire and brimstone, it's Ifrit. Why? Why? Damn it, King! Sorry. I was really impressed by how many hit point or magic points Rosa had, and then realized, oh yeah, I just used a tent like one battle ago. Looking for like little holes in the floor or something. Nope, quite. It's just a room that's messing with you. Maybe there's just a really high encounter rate in these rooms. Blaze, huh? 420, dude. Alright, well these guys clearly have magical power. But, never mind. Poor Kane doesn't get to be in this fight. Yeah, the Chimeras are kind of the nastiest enemies around this place. Thank you for supplementing my healing with your shitty magic, Cecil. Leaves a heavy lifting to me. I don't think we could get very much out of these guys, but with Osmos, but I'm curious if it actually triggers them to attack. Are intruders detected if you suck 1 MP out of them? Nope, you gotta do hit point damage. Alright. Oh, this is a... Oh, damn it. I meant to hit the Naga. Oh, well. We won't... Okay, Naga appears to be the weakest thing that it could summon, then. Because it didn't even do that much damage to the Naga, but, Alright, well, you've got ice armor. Let's give you the ice shield. And then if I get more of each, I'll, I don't know why I used that turn to attack with a bow and arrow. Sometimes you just are rushing through turns. What I need to do is get some MPs out of this guy and then finish the fight. Maybe get a free, oh, just one, huh? Never mind. Maybe Osmos is not all it's cracked up to be. Prayers unanswered. My prayer that Osmos would not suck. Do not worry, Cecil. I shall heal our party because your MPs. Well, let's just say that your MP pool, I mean, it is a comfortable size for me. Do not feel bad about your small MP pool, Cecil. You try very hard to make me happy. I know that. 69 damage. Woo! Such an idiot. You know what? Let's go straight to Ifrit. I know that we're not able to get MPs back as well as I'd like, but let's throw them all away anyway. I just feel like there are certain enemies that are just there to be your MP sponges. And like black lizards, never seen them use a magic attack, but they don't seem to have high enough magic stats to stop you from stealing their magic, and they appear to have like a base pool of MP because they're not specifically like robots or something that isn't supposed to have MP at all. Alright folks, we're going to call it a video there. When we come back next time, feels like we've, you know, at the general length and pacing of this game's dungeons, and the fact that we had a save point, I would feel that there's probably a plot boss coming. So I'm going to take a minute and read about, enemies in this missable dungeon. And I'm not going to try that hard to make sure I encounter them all, because I'm pretty sure that there's a specific dungeon we have to go into that is a few dungeons away before this disappears, for plot reasons. It's not like that tower that you can never return to after you beat the Magus Sisters, and then, actually that's not quite the point of no return yet, but you get into that battle against the Wind Fiend, and the plot there, and it's a dungeon that you can essentially, you beat that dungeon and you're done. I think this dungeon is going to stick around, but if you know what I mean. Like, this dungeon will continue to exist after we get out of it, but there's plot events 2 or 3 dungeons on where it goes away. So I don't think we have to make a breakneck rush to get all the enemies here, but I do kind of, now I want to see the complete bestiary. It's just one of those meaningless little... Fucking video game trophies are the worst thing that ever happened to me, man. Because now I need to, now I feel like I'm compelled to get them. And they don't actually, I don't know. Like, I'm never going to 100% a Grand Theft Auto game, but I'm weirdly impressed by people who do, even though another part of me is, like, horrified. When we come back next time, I will continue to go off on weird flights of fancy and just talk about stuff like GTA 100%ing. And you are warned. Bye for now.